And let the one who has no sword sell his cloak and buy one.
Hey guys, this is Special Defense Training, and I want to go over why I carry a light on me, an actual flashlight, a tactical light per se, instead of carrying a weapons mounted light. So stay tuned.
This video is brought to you by Holsters by Defense Training. Make sure to check them out at holstersbydefensetraining.com.
Alright guys, so I want to go over a little bit about why I carry a medium. This isn't a very big one. I don't have very big hands, and it sits in here like this. This is about a 1700 lumen flashlight, supposedly. I will tell you, 300 lumens will blind somebody. I think this is probably closer to 1,000 lumens, to be honest with you, on strobe. So that 1,000 lumens, very, very bright. It's small enough to fit in your pocket. That's where I carry mine. I have a little holster I made and clip on the inside of my pocket, and I put that in it. In fact, I'll show it to you. So I've got this. It clips on the inside of my pocket and it just goes right in, pulls right out. Pretty decent. I like it. This is the Olight Mini, or Olight Warrior Mini 2. They have the Mini 3 now. In fact, we have the Mini 3 in our store if you want to go check those out. But this does a few things, and I've actually done an overview of the Mini 3, so I'm not going to go into the overview, but I want to go over why I like this light, why I like just carrying a flashlight instead of having a weapons mounted light on my firearm. One, I use this flashlight all the time, and I absolutely mean all the time. I use it 3, 4, 5 times a day. In fact, I used it just here just a little bit ago, and it is 10:30 in the morning, and I've already used it today. I've used it several times today already, doing some stuff. However, I used it last night as well, a couple of times last night. I used it throughout the day yesterday. I will drop pieces to the holster, and it's easier. Cut that on, and then look on the ground where I'm at, and I can spot it a lot easier, so I do that. But the type that I carry, and you don't have to go to Olight. They make many different name brands that do this. I carry one that has your standard button on the side, and one of the reasons I like this one is I can push it and hold it, and that moonlight comes on. I like the moonlight in the middle of the night when I have to go use the bathroom or go get a drink of water. I don't have to cut all the lights on in the house. I can cut this moonlight on. It doesn't wake me up, but it's plenty bright enough for me to see in the dark after I'm used to the dark. So that's one reason. Also, I can brighten it. You know, maybe I'm working on a car and I want to brighten it up, or I can just double click it and it comes on bright. But the biggest reason is the strobe. So it's got the tail switch, and I really like the tail switches. So I can grab this out of my pocket. I carry this in my left side pocket, so I can actually grab this out and it goes to strobe. I really, really like that. This is why I carry this. I don't put it on my weapon. Another reason I don't put it on my weapon is so I can actually take my arm and hold my arm all the way out to the side of me, over to the left or right hand side of me, the opposite side my gun is in. And then I can strobe this on the person away from me, you know, a good 2 feet away from me, the length of my arm. I can strobe that over, and then the person thinks I'm there. Or I can even, maybe there's a shelf there, I could put it on that shelf. If I could, and it would be strobing them. They're attacking the light, and I can outmaneuver them. So that's things to consider as well. And what I want to do is I want to walk over here, and I want to show you this on camera in the dark of what it does. I'm going to strobe it toward a target, and then I'm going to strobe it toward the camera. So I want to go ahead and put a warning now. Warning: if you're epileptic or you're prone to seizures due to light, do not watch this because it is bright and it strobes. This is something that I suggest everybody practice because in the middle of the night when you're strobing it, if you just woke up especially, it's going to blind you if you're not used to it, if you're not prepared. So let's go check that out. Alright guys, I've got the target set up. The target's set up about 40 feet away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a bright setting first. I'm just going to double click it to go to full brightness, as that's what double clicking it does. And I'm going to show you the target. Again, it's about 40 feet away. Alright, so I've got the target here. I'm going to zoom the camera in a little bit. All right, so that's about what I can see. So you can see the white dots on the target. Those are numbers. I know they're numbers. I can almost make out that 2 over to the right-hand side on his arm. Not quite, though. I know it's a 2, so that's probably why I can make it out. But I can see the badge. I know that's a badge on the left, and I know that's a badge on the right. I know that what looks like on his left hand, the hand to your right, because he's facing us, it looks like he's got a hole in his hand. That's a number as well, and I know that. But I can tell that, and which is I think what we can tell on the camera. So that's about what we're seeing. Now this is plenty enough to blind this guy, but now again, warning for seizures. If you're prone to it, please don't watch this. So I'm warning you. I'm going to cut it out. Now I wake up in the middle of the night, bang, and I got to get to this attacker. I'm going to blind this guy. So this is blinding. Even to me, I train doing this, so this doesn't bother me as much, but if I didn't, this would bother me. So it's triggering here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk out. I'm going to put it on moonlight. I know you can't see moonlight on the camera. I'm going to put it on moonlight. I'm going to walk out here about 20 feet. Alright, so this is moonlight. It's probably not that bright to the camera, so that's your normal moonlight. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to double click full brightness. I'm going to shine the camera. So this is blinding. You wouldn't be able to see. It's reading my hand. Here we go. So that's blinding. You wouldn't be able to see it, see the person, see the attacker. So I've got it on the camera. Now what I can do is I can hold this out and blind you, and I'm 2 feet away from that light right now. So it's at full arm's length away from me, and I can overstep, and if they do shoot at me and they shoot at the light, the best they're going to do is get my hand, which is a lot smaller target. So that's the best they're going to be able to do here. They're not going to get my body. They're not going to get my vitals. Now what I'm going to do, again, trigger warning for you guys that are seizure prone. Please don't watch this. Now I'm going to strobe. Alright, so it's just a full press of the tail switch, and then it's momentary on, so it's just as long as I hold it, it's going to strobe. This is why I like carrying this type of light. I can pop that up, I can strobe this guy, I can walk over. Now I'm walked over to the side, I can go back dark, and now I can just pull the flashlight on if I want to, and I can blind him some more. So the tail switch, if you just half push it, this is what you've got. If you full push it, you've got full strobe. And this is what I like. So I like this in my pocket basically, and not necessarily mounted on my firearm. This is one of the reasons I absolutely love just my pocket flashlight. I carry this everywhere, every day. This flashlight is not next to me ever. It is always next to me. When I am sleeping, it is next to me. When I am going, it's in my pocket, always. I don't ever have this on me unless I'm like swimming or something. That would be it, or taking a shower, right? That's the only times. And then typically it's sitting near me, even then. But let's go back over the table and talk about it. Alright guys, so that's why I do it. That's why I carry a light separately from my weapon. I have nothing against the weapon mounted lights. This is a personal opinion. Maybe you want to carry both. Maybe you want one on your weapon and one in your pocket. That could be a suggestion as well. Something you could do if you want to. Especially you outside the waistband carriers, that would be easy enough to have the light mounted on the weapon and have an extra light if you so wanted to. So that's just my personal opinion on why I carry a light on me outside of a weapon mounted light, and the reasons that I do. Alright guys, this is Spencer Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed.
We've been instructing firearm training courses since 2008 and offer South Carolina concealed weapons permit classes, church safety security team training, advanced handgun training, ultrasonic handgun cleaning, and much more. Go to defensetraining.org for more info and to get signed up for a class. Also, make sure to check out our online store for our custom Kydex handgun and magazine holsters. We offer in the waistband, outside the waistband, appendix, and our new track appendix carry holster, as well as active retention magazine holsters, and other firearm and everyday carry accessories. Check them out at holstersbydefensetraining.com. We hope to see you at our next video.